How much do you actually need to invest every single month to retire in just 10 years? Not 30 years? Not 20 years? Just 10. Most people assume the answer is completely unrealistic. And honestly, for many households, it probably is. But when you actually run the numbers, the result is surprisingly clear. If you wanted to retire in 10 years and live on around $60,000 per year, the math says you would need to invest roughly $8,200 every single month. Now, before that number shuts your brain off, stay with me, because that number changes dramatically depending on a few factors most people never calculate. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what your number is, and whether retiring in 10 years is actually impossible for you, or whether you've just never structured your finances in a way that makes it achievable. Let me show you what I mean. Imagine two people. Both are 38 years old. Both earn about $95,000 per year. Both say they want financial freedom, but their lives look slightly different. The first person upgrades their lifestyle every time income increases. A nicer apartment, a newer car, better vacations. Nothing extreme, just slightly better every year. They invest occasionally, but they assume time will take care of the rest. The second person makes a different decision. Their lifestyle stays relatively stable. Instead of increasing spending, they increase investing. They track their net worth monthly. They treat financial independence like a measurable goal. 10 years later, one of these people still needs permission to take time off from work. The other doesn't. Same income, same starting point. Completely different outcome. And that difference has almost nothing to do with intelligence. It comes down to one thing: structure. Before we talk about monthly investing numbers, we need to define retirement correctly, because most people misunderstand what retirement actually means. Retirement in this context doesn't mean part-time work, it doesn't mean side income, and it doesn't mean semi-retired. It means your investments generate enough income to cover your living expenses indefinitely, whether you ever work again or not. That's financial independence. And the cost of that freedom depends on one thing: your annual spending. Not your salary, not your job title, your spending. There's a simple formula that helps estimate this number. It's often called the 25 times rule, based on what's known as the 4% rule. The idea is straightforward. If you withdraw about 4% of your portfolio each year, historically that money has had a strong probability of lasting for decades. So if you multiply your annual spending by 25, you get your approximate financial independence number. For example, if you spend $40,000 per year, your target is about $1 million. If you spend $60,000 per year, your target becomes roughly $1,500,000. Spend $80,000 per year, you're looking at around $2 million. And if your lifestyle requires $100,000 per year, your target becomes about $2,500,000. Those numbers represent the size of the investment portfolio needed to support that lifestyle indefinitely. Now, here's where things start getting interesting. Most people try to reach that number over 20 or even 40 years of working and investing. But what happens if you compress that timeline into just 10 years? Let's assume an average long-term return of around 8% per year, which is consistent with historical stock market performance for diversified portfolios. No day trading, no speculation. Just consistent long-term investing. If you start from zero and want to reach $1 million in 10 years, you would need to invest roughly $5,500 per month. If your target is $1,500,000, that monthly number jumps to about $8,200 per month. For $2 million, the monthly investment is roughly $10,900. And to reach $2,500,000, you're looking at around $13,600 per month. Now pause for a moment. How many households do you know that can invest $10,000 every month? For most people, that's not difficult. It's structurally impossible. And that's why most people can't retire in 10 years. Not because they lack discipline, not because they lack intelligence, but because their financial structure absorbs too much of their income. Housing costs, car payments, lifestyle upgrades, debt, subscriptions, fixed expenses quietly determine your financial timeline long before investing ever enters the conversation. But here's the variable that changes everything. What do you already have invested today? Let's say you're 40 years old and you already have $300,000 invested. At an 8% annual return, that money grows to roughly $647,000 in 10 years without adding another dollar. That means instead of building your entire retirement portfolio from scratch, you're only building the difference. If your goal is $1 million, you now only need to generate about $353,000 more over the next decade. Instead of investing $5,500 per month, your required monthly contribution drops to closer to about $1,900 per month. Same destination, completely different difficulty level. This is the power of starting earlier. Compound interest doesn't reward hustle, it rewards time. The person who started investing at 35 has a completely different equation than the person who started at 40, even if the second person earns more money. But let's zoom out for a moment. Because maybe 10 years feels extreme. Maybe that number still feels overwhelming. Here's something most people don't realize. If you stretch that timeline from 10 years to 15 years, the monthly investment required for a $1 million portfolio drops from about $5,500 per month to around $3,200 per month. Stretch it to 20 years, and you're closer to roughly $2,100 per month. 5 extra years dramatically reduces the pressure. This is why even shaving 5 or 10 years off your retirement timeline can completely change your life. You don't need perfection, you need acceleration. And there's another perspective most people never calculate. Let's say you don't fully retire in 10 years, but you build a $500,000 portfolio during that time. Using the same 4% rule, that portfolio could generate about $20,000 per year in passive income. That might cover half your living expenses. That means you could work less, change careers, start a business, or take extended time off. Financial independence is not binary. It's progressive. Every dollar invested increases your freedom. Now let's talk about execution, because none of this works if your money is sitting in a savings account earning 1 or 2%. These projections assume long-term investing in low-cost diversified index funds, not stock picking, not crypto speculation, not trying to predict the next market crash. The people who actually build wealth follow a much simpler system. They automate their investments. Money moves into investments every month, whether the market is up or down. Because the biggest threat to long-term wealth is not market volatility. It's quitting. It's stopping contributions during a downturn. It's panic selling after a market drop. Compounding only works if you leave it alone. And this is where the biggest mindset shift happens. Retiring in 10 years is not built from one lucky investment. It's built from a system. Increasing income, controlling expenses, automating investments, tracking net worth. The people who compress their financial timelines treat wealth building like a project. They measure progress. They optimize decisions. They stay consistent. 10 years from today is coming whether you invest or not. The only difference is whether that future version of you owns assets or still trades time for money. You now know the numbers. You know the financial independence targets. You know what monthly investing actually looks like. And you know that for most people, the barrier isn't intelligence, it's structure. So the next logical question becomes this. If you're going to start investing $1,000 or $2,000 or more every month, where exactly should that money go? That's exactly what I break down step by step in the next video on your screen. If you're serious about compressing your timeline and building real wealth, watch that video next. Because once you understand where to invest, the math you learned today actually becomes achievable.